Welcome to Sports Zone, the brand new season here on CTV, Cable 6, and my name is Bob Wheeler, and this is Jerry Bissett, in case you forgot what he looks like.
Yeah,
there he is.
I've been here for a while, haven't I?
Yeah, he's just good looking as ever.
Absolutely.
How was your summer?
Great. Yours?
It's not over yet.
No.
Still got a couple weeks yet.
I got to play a lot of golf this year and enjoed it.
Did you go on the senior
tour?
tour?
I like retirement. Yeah, I could.
Good.
I could be on the super seniors.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you ready for some football?
I am ready. 2 Thursdays in August, and the last 2 Thursdays, which is coming up the 23rd, which is a week away when this show airs. So yeah, it's exciting, and I guess Craig's ready too.
You all jacked up?
All jacked up,
all right.
Ready to go.
He's got his vocal cords tuned and everything?
Yeah, got him going.
Gargling once a week or so?
Yeah, he even did a parade with Paul just to loosen up a little bit.
He's ready to go.
He's ready.
Was Paul ready?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, he says yes over there. Hey, we got a couple of very interesting guests here today. Mr. Jim Weimer, Mr. John Watt. They are the new owners, shall we say, or editors, or sponsors, or I don't know what you want to call it.
Their new business.
New business ventures, BlueWaterSportsNetwork.com. Check it out on your local internet or your international internet. I don't care which one you check it out on. But gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim, last time we saw you, you were contemplating retirement, and this is what happened.
Yeah, I guess so. Retirement didn't last very long. I left the paper April 13th, and 2 weeks later I was working part-time at the community college and still am, in charge of special sports projects. And then John and I got together and said, how can we still do some high school sports and local recreation sports? And we came up with Blue Water Sports Network and kicked it off about a month ago. We started with the Elks Invitational and got a good response that weekend. Went right into Robinson Tennis Tournament, more golf, softball playoffs, and we're getting some interest. The day after the Robinson, we had about 130 people get on site and look at Robinson results, and now we're getting ready for high school sports.
This is kind of like the stuff you've been doing all your career, local sports. So it's nothing really new to you, is it?
No, it's not. And that's what I thought I'd miss. I thought I'd miss the interaction with coaches and athletes and parents that I did for 34 years, and took a little break from it, and I'm back at it, and I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's still the rush of not quite the deadline stuff yet, but that'll happen in the next few weeks when we get going here. But it's still it's getting out and meeting kids and meeting coaches, and that's the fun part of it.
Deadlines are still nothing new to you?
No. Yeah, I went through those for quite a while, and I mean we're pushing some things here to get ready for the season. You know, just like everybody is, and the coaches, and we're getting our pages ready. We have 27 school pages from Anchor Bay all the way up to Harbor Beach, out to Imlay City. 2 of those school pages are New Life Christian and Landmark, that they don't play football, but everybody else plays football, including 4 that are playing 8-man.
8-man. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it'll be interesting to. I've seen 8-man football, but when you see the tradition of Deckerville football, and now they're playing 8-man, that's going to be different.
Yeah,
So,
that's really too bad.
yeah, but that's kind of how, like the Thumb is, and maybe northern part of Michigan, some sections in the UP, where their enrollment numbers are down, and when you're dressing 14, 15 kids and trying to survive in a good-sized Class C league, I think Deckerville just said, let's give it a try.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got the 2-time state champions in 8-man football with Carsonville Port Sanilac. They won it one year, and then they really officially won it last year when it was adopted by the Michigan High School Athletic Association.
So it does work. The precedent has been set.
Yep.
The bar is there.
Yeah.
It's been set. Hey, tell us about your partner over here, new to our viewing audience, our vast viewing audience.
Well,
We've known him for years.
Well, my name's John Watt, and been involved with sports in the Blue Water area forever. And we, talking with Jim, and I met one afternoon, and he just telling me that he was going to be retiring. I thought he didn't know what he was going to do. I said, I have an idea for you, Jim. And that's kind of how this started, because the local publications, they tend to omit some things. So we're hoping to fill those gaps, and actually being able to work with what's going on with the online services right now. And I mean, everything from, local standings to statistic leaders to having scores updated. We've got if you're familiar with ESPN's got the ticker that runs along the bottom. We have the same thing, the ticker that runs across with the updates. So on Friday, hopefully, if the coaches will get the scores into us as quickly as possible, you'll be able to go to BlueWaterSportsNetwork.com and be able to see the actual scores. And everything's the process is evolving. I know the way the site looks now will probably look totally different a year from now. We want to have, they're called RSS feeds, and be able to get feeds right into coaches. If they have a smartphone, get right into their smartphone. So if the coach at Marine City wants to know how St. Clair did, they're going to get a message sent right to their phone as soon as that score gets posted on the site. So there's a lot of things that are going to be happening with the network, and we're really excited about it. Just starting off with football, we kind of, like Jim said, we did some things with some recreational sports to kind of get our feet wet.
Yep.
And so we've got a lot of the glitches so far that we've come up with. We've kind of worked those out, but we realize that we're going to run into more because, like Jim says, we are going to be working with over 25 high schools in their sports.
And this is all free.
It's all free. It's just like Facebook. It'll always be free. And then our plan is then after the football season is to stay with the major sports. So when we go in the winter, we're going to deal with boys and girls basketball. And then when we go to the spring, we'll do with softball and baseball. And then the following school year, we hope to incorporate all the sports. So that's the, now if somebody wants to send us like a golf score or a cross country record, I think like the Times Herald, track meet or something like that, we probably would cover that. But we just really, right now, don't have the manpower to be able to cover every sport in 27 different high schools.
But if people get it to us, we'll get it up, and that's what we're going to just push for. And I mean, like I told John, I got a little special interest in cross country because my youngest one coaches down at Marine City, and there's the invitationals that, boy, if we can post those scores, those runners, the times right away, we'll get them up. Same thing as some big volleyball invitationals. So, but the main focus right now is getting that football going and go from there. So,
you mentioned earlier that each school is going to have their own page. Now we have one central main page with scores, and then each school will have their own individual.
Right on the main page, like right now, we did a lot of stuff with, like I said, the Elks, Robinson. We did stories every day. We did results. We have a results section. And then we have just a story section. There, if we write a story, say, about a St. Clair athlete, it can go on the home page, but it'll also be linked to the school page. And so on the school page right now are just general information about the athletic director, what conference they're in.
The football schedule.
Yeah, football schedule, and then that'll expand more to stories and things. So. And we have little logos for each one of the schools, and it's I think it'll look good. Then our individual sponsors can go. We may get a sponsor down in Algonac that doesn't want to be necessarily on the home page, but they want to be on the Algonac page. So that's how we're trying to market some of that. And we're kicking down a little further with going with Anchor Bay and New Haven, and going back up into the Thumb, where other people have kind of cut off some of those areas.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the Macomb Daily, you get out with the Tri-City Times out to the west, and then you get the little small weeklies up in the Thumb. So we're trying to cover the whole Blue Water area.
And we tried to do something too, something new with some of the things that Jim has done in the past, because he's done like previews, sports previews. Like he has the football preview that comes out, so he's going to do a football preview, and with that, with the online, be able to talk to a coach or talk to a player and put a 1 or 2 minute commentary online rather than just having the actual text. So you'll be able to have the story written about the preview of that particular football team, but then also get some information from the coach or one of the players.
Some video.
Some video,
okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've come home on a Friday night after a game, wanted to know how somebody else did, and there's just no place to go. So this will be just a great addition.
I mean, MLive does some things, and they rely on, individuals to send things in, and hopefully we get some connection through the schools. And I've got a good rapport with the athletic directors around that we can kind of work together, and that's what's going to take.
That RSS feed would be great to get her going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We almost need, And we're going to be working with the athletic directors and the coaches of this. We almost need like an SID at each high school, Sports Information Director. And if that could be a student who is either, you know, an honor society or is interested in sports, but not necessarily in playing, but is interested in sports, if they could take on that SID role so that we're working with one particular individual, that would make things a lot easier and be able to get the data, because the site's only going to be as good as the data that they get to us, and they need to get it to us in a timely manner so that we can get it up online.
It'd be a great little spot for someone to get started in the broadcasting world or the journalism world.
Exactly.
Good way to start. Great idea. See how it goes.
Yeah. And we'll get out and do like, you know, the game of the week type thing and kind of just pick and choose what game we go to, and then just kind of come back and either write a column about it or write a game story and get it up. So
you plan to have stringers like you had in the Times Herald?
We're going to try. We're going to see how it goes and see what we can, you know, how many people we can get out, get reports to us and stuff. So that'll be something we look into.
What about Willie B. Wrong? Is he going to join you?
Willie could make a return appearance. Willie was always fun, and people liked Willie.
Oh, it was great. Great stuff.
That might be an idea that we check into, because people always liked Willie. You know, it's sometimes when you tick people off when, you know, oh, you picked us to lose. But I remember going up to a game in Croslex, and they were playing K-Pac, and they started. K-Pac knocked off Croslex, and they started chanting, "Willie was wrong, Willie was wrong." I was going, but then they all came over to me and they go, "You're Willie, aren't you?" I said, "No, I'm not Willie this year." We tried to move it around to different people, and
well, you got crotchety once in a while too,
yeah.
Great stuff.
Could we see your logo for your Blue Water Sports Network.com?
There it is.
Right there. Right
Gee,
there.
where'd you get that idea from? That wave.
Right there. Isn't that great? The Blue Water Sports Network.
That's some of the waves left over from the boat races?
That's right.
Just to kind of take in the area, and I mean, it's, you know, when I got here, you're the Blue Water area, and I'm going, what the heck's the, you know, but.
Yeah, you West Siders.
Yeah. But as much as the, you know, just the coverage area is right along the lake and the river, and it's kind of where we kept with the same idea.
That's pretty good. The East meets West here.
Yeah.
But it is, the Blue Water area is a very unique area, and it does seem to get neglected in the state coverage.
Yes, it does.
So we just thought that there was a huge need to be able to have the Blue Water area covered, not only with the Times Herald, but also on an online service so people have choices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it too, because I can hit on that site, maybe get some information to try and beat Kephart to my trivia question each week. I might have some information ahead of him. Oh, you didn't see that, Tom, did you? You weren't watching? Okay. You erase that, Tom. Anyway, BlueWaterSportsNetwork.com. That's
Check it out.
all one big fat word there. BWSN should be, right?
Yep. Soon. That's our biggest challenge right now, is just getting the message out so that people can check the site. And we're averaging about 50 hits a day right now on the site. We had a high, like Jim said, when we covered the Robinson tournament. We had 127 hits
it was
on the website. So, I mean, and from what I'm not like really a big techie person, but I guess 50 for a small business starting off right now, averaging 50 hits a day is a pretty good number.
I'm sure it's going to go up when the football season starts. I know it will.
Yeah. And when preps get going.
Yeah.
It all starts with one.
And you said you'll have schedules out.
They're on the
there
right now.
So if I want to say, well, you know, who's St. Clair playing next week, I can go there. Or?
Right.
Yeah,
you're going to have a couple different options. We have on our main page, we have the first 2 weeks out, so people can kind of look, like you say, you play 2 weeks before you even go to school.
That's right.
And then on each school page is their master schedule, so people can get them from different spots. But yeah, people like to look ahead. I always like to see that. Well, when is that Marine City St. Clair game or the Northern PH game? The kind of the big rivalry games, and people circle those calendars.
For years it was Marysville, Marine City. When do they play?
Yeah, and they'll still be in the mix. That's the one thing I think we're going to have some pretty good football. I don't know if we've got another trip back to like a Ford Field,
No, not this year.
but it's still, I think we're going to have some pretty strong teams, including that opener. Like you say, we have Thursday night, Friday, there's even a Saturday afternoon game. Port Huron High is playing Utica Eisenhower down at Wayne State. So there's football 3 days that weekend.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be really busy.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to get John out of bed early.
And we're still going to do some stuff with the community college. I am working there part-time, so it's we're gonna not neglect them. And right away on the 25th, their volleyball season opens, and I'm working on some volleyball profiles, and so we're going to do some things with the community college too.
That'd be great, because a lot of times that disappears.
Right, and they got local athletes there, and
Sure.
if not, even those parents that want to follow what their kids are doing at SC4. So it'll fit right in.
Absolutely.
Do you plan to eventually maybe follow some kids who have graduated here and moved on to a larger university maybe out of state?
Well,
That'll be within the school page, some of that stuff that we're
Right.
taking a look at.
And I still love doing the college notes. I had more feedback from
that's
that
great stuff.
is Billy Smith, who had 80 yards rushing a touchdown someplace. A cross country girl, a swimmer. I mean, we have kids off at schools, and I think for years we would kind of forget them when they would go, and because we're so concentrating on what's going on now. But I love getting those updates to people about what kids are doing.
That's the beauty of the online product, because in a paper, you've only got so much space. We've got unlimited space, so whatever people want to send us, we can put up.
You know what you could do? You go back and do a Where Are They Now with John Watt.
He's on the list.
He's on the list. I mean, back then it was black and white, but it's all right.
That's true. I don't know if there was sound back there.
No, that was your brother Doug. Well, gentlemen, thanks for joining us here today. We appreciate it, and we're
Thank
looking
you.
forward to this being a great,
Thank you.
great venture
Wish
for
you
you.
all the luck in the world with this. It should go. It sounds like a great idea.
BlueWaterSportsNetwork.com.
Yes, sir.
That
That's
should
it.
roll right off the tongue eventually.
Blue Water Sports
BlueWaterSportsNetwork.com.
Remember the logo.
Remember the logo.
That's right.
What's there? An Alamo? There it is. BlueWaterSportsNetwork.com. Check out that on your local internet connection. Hey, Jerry, you want to talk about this golf outing coming up here?
Well, there is one coming up, Bob, and it's one of these fall outings on Saturday, September 15th at the St. Clair River Country Club. The St. Clair Booster Club is having their 4th annual Preserve the Tradition golf outing and tailgate party. Schedule of events is 11:30 a.m. is golfer check-in, 1 p.m. is the shotgun start, 6:30 p.m. is a buffet dinner, and 8 p.m. MSU versus Notre Dame on the big screen. You remember they did that last year, I believe we had it covered. And registration is due by September 7th. And to find out more information and registration online, go to www.schsgolfouting.com.
Okay, that
And,
sounds good. That's right up your alley. isn't it?
It doesn't say how much, but I bet you if you go to that schsgolfouting.com, you can find that out.
I'll bet you there's even something on BlueWaterSportsNetwork.com you're going to
I
check.
bet you there will be.
We'll have it on there today.
There you go. All right, well, that's about it for this edition of the Sports Zone. We welcome you back for another season. We look forward to it. It's going to be a fun year, Jerry.
I think so.
Craig's all jacked up, ready to go.
He's ready.
I know Tom's got his
It's trivial.
trivia questions for me that he's going to stump me with, but I've been doing pretty good with that.
Yeah, you have.
I might surprise him,
I wouldn't know any of them.
especially when I hit this new website.
Yeah, that's right.
So thanks for watching, and we'll look for you here next time right on the Sports Zone. So long, everybody.